Now, what about the stuff in Gracie's room?
Tell him, Henry.
Oh dear, you tell him. You can...
Damn it, somebody tell me.
Well, it's really very simple. We take turns.
Take turns doing what?
Well, there were two of us. And now with Ralph, there'll be three. And anyway, there's only one of Grace. So we just sort of rotate a week at a time.
You rotate? You mean you rotate taking turns with my mother? Oh my God!
It's not as bad as all that.
Don't go all crazy on us. Let us explain.
It's not just a matter of lust.
Lust, my God, lust! You're talking about my mother! Lust! Oh my God!
What are you all doing here? Playing musical beds?
That's kind of cute.
I guess it does sort of look that
I
way.
never thought of it that way.
Well, it isn't cute! It's disgusting! A senior citizen loving?
Well, remember, Raymond Richard, everyone needs love.
That's right.
But not from my mother! She's not up for grabs! This is a respectable woman!
Well, of course she is. We wouldn't do a thing in this world to hurt Grace in any way whatsoever.
What will people think about you all living here together?
Well, if they pay any attention at all to it, we hope they'll think it's a good idea.
I sure do.
No one outside the family knows where anyone is sleeping. It's none of their business.
As far as anybody else is concerned, this is strictly a business arrangement. I'm renting a room and the yard.
And I'm leasing a car and renting a room.
And I'm renting the garage and a room.
It's purely business. Most of it.
But you're sleeping with my mother!
Not me, I haven't unpacked yet.
Well, it's probably only a matter of time.
After all, I used to sleep with her when we were married, and nobody objected.
Me too.
Yes.
You were married then. That was different.
How do you know we're not married again?
Are you?
No. But how would you know we're not? And for that matter, how would anybody else know either? She's still using my name.
That's right, she is.
This is all so confusing.
Your problem, Raymond, is that you're all hung up on sex. Sex isn't all there is to loving someone.
What are you talking about?
Henry is right. I enjoy a good back rub almost as much. Just because people are sleeping in the same bed doesn't mean they're having sex.
Well, it's a pretty good indication.
Only with some people.
I enjoy a nice snuggle the most. I really miss that part of marriage so much. There's no one to snuggle with in a nursing home. I felt like a withered cornstalk, garden of love. I was just dying for someone to hold me.
Oh, I know what you mean. I love it too.
You do? You never told me.
I tried. You never listened.
So who cares if I snuggle up to Gracie every other week or so?
It's nobody's business but ours.
And Gracie's.
But it looks.
Really, not even your
But
business.
you can't.
I think it's a perfect answer to all of our problems. I'm really proud of us, all of us, giving it a chance.
Well, what if?
But won't you be jealous of each other and have misunderstandings?
Maybe.
Who cares? If we do, it's better than being all alone where nobody gives a damn about you.
That's right.
At least we'll have someone to be jealous of. Someone to fight with.
And someone to fight over, our Gracie.
I feel like a kid again. Can't wait to get up in the morning.
Me too.
There's someone to share things with. I can smooch Gracie. I can talk about the baseball game with Henry.
Football's my sport.
And football with Ralph, now that he's here.
And I've got someone to listen to my poems.
And someone to fix your typewriter. Grace told me that you have a sticky S.
That's right. I lost my S. While typing a poem in the middle of a poem about a rusty shell of a steamship. It came out the ruddy hell of a team hit. Ruined the whole thing.
Oh, what a shame.
I'll get right to it.
So you see, Ray boy, we're all going to help each other.
Well,
And Gracie is happy about all this?
She certainly seems happy. She told us that not a day passed without her worrying about us and how we're getting along. All alone.
That's right.
She keep an eye on us now.
I worried about her a lot. It's hard for a woman to keep up an old house like this.
That's right.
Something's always going wrong. Do you know she didn't even know how to light the furnace?
Oh, that's right, Ray. You always have to come over and do it for her.
In that huge yard, do you know how much she was paying just to have the grass cut?
And remember last summer when that boy mowed right over the French lilac bush?
It's nothing but a stub. But I'll fix it.
And Raymond Richard, you must know she hates to drive a car. And never did she learn how to park one straight.
Oh, me either.
So now I do all the driving.
How sweet.
I don't know.
Well, I do, and I think it's a wonderful idea.
You do?
It's absolutely perfect, Ray. Don't you see? They all mesh together.
I know. It's the meshing together. I thought they were decently married.
Why would she want to get married again? This way we all have our independence.
And nobody gets left out.
And Grace gets the rent and the food money.
I don't see how you can argue with that one.
Don't forget, kid, we're all old enough to be your father.
What do you mean? We were his father.
It's a little hard to get used to. I'm not sure the idea of you guys back in my life. You used to drive me crazy.
You drove us crazy.
Always snooping around, asking a million questions. Want to know why, about everything that anybody did.
Private things that were none of your business.
I never thought you'd grow up. Thought somebody'd push you in front of that truck. Say, what kind of business did you go into anyway?
I'm a psychologist.
It figures.
We might have guessed.
Now he gets paid for being Snoopy.
It's not stupid. I have to ask questions so I can understand why people do things, so I can help them.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
I do. I help lots of people.
I'll bet.
I do. People come to me with all sorts of problems. Loneliness, drinking, frustration, lack of purpose in life. I help them work out some practical solutions.
And what sort of advice do you give to your patients?
I tell them to stay active, be with friends, do useful work. Oh, no, you don't. You're trying to trap me. This is not the same thing at all.
Oh no? I felt useless and lonely. I wanted to die. Until Gracie rescued me.
And I was hitting the bottle pretty regular in that dumb apartment. Haven't touched a drop since I got back with Grace.
And I was so frustrated, didn't know what the hell to do with myself. I had all of those tools and no way to use them.
I think they got you on this one, big boy.
Whose side are you on anyway?
Who says we have to take sides? I think we should all be on the same side.
Good for you, doll.
After all, these folks of yours have come up with a pretty good scheme. It might not work for other families,
Don't
but
call them a family.
what can I call
A
them?
bunch of nuts.
He was always a brat.
Why didn't one of us push him in front of that truck?
Because Grace wouldn't like it.
Cut that out. Maybe you are a family. Sort of. But you're not my family.
Who the hell cares? All I care about is Grace. And now, Ralph and Henry, too. If we stick together, everything's going to work out just fine.
It's like a second chance, a new home, a new family. I always wanted brothers.
Me too. Somebody to crawl under the car with.
You know, I think they have a good point, Ray. After all, who's it going to hurt? I know Gracie has been lonely. And how often do we get over to see her? You know, the other day she was reminiscing about the good old days. She told me how much she missed all of her old flames.
That's us.
She was worried about how they were getting along. Now that they're older, she said that she wished that they lived closer so that she could keep an eye on them.
Well, this is closer, all right.
After all, Ray, it's none of our business how your mother runs her private life, as long as she's well and happy. And at her age, why shouldn't she do as she pleases? After all, like Jimmy says, they're all grown-ups.
Angie, sometimes you surprise me. I had no idea you were so liberal.
Well, as a matter of fact, I think it's a great idea. They can all look after each other. Less for you to worry about the house and all.
Well, I always did worry about Mother's driving.
Not anymore.
And now you won't have to worry about fixing things either, now that Ralph's around.
You tell him, sweetheart.
And you sure as hell don't have to worry about her being lonely.
Huh.
Well, I for one am delighted. And now that I've thought it over, I think you should be too, Ray.
Huh.
Come on, admit it. Your mother is going to be a lot happier now that her old flames are all back home.
Come on, Raymond Richard. Wish us good luck in our new business.
Be a sport.
Yeah, remember when I helped you build that lemonade stand? Well, wish us good luck.
That's right, Ray. This is like a mini conglomerate. Henry's taxi service, Jimmy's produce business, and Ralph's fix-it shop.
Yeah. Grumpy, Dumpy, and Dopey visit Snow White, and they whistle while they work.
Oh, cut it out, Ray.
I'm ashamed of you, Ray boy.
Please don't call me that.
Have you picked a new name for your business?
Of course, there's only one thing we can think of that would reflect the true spirit of the venture. Henry thought it up.
It was unanimous.
I voted by phone.
Well, what is it? I'm dying to know.
Jimmy painted us a nice sign to put up in front of the house.
You can't do that in this neighborhood.
Yes, we can. No problem at all. As long as we don't attach it to the house.
We're going to put it up on the lawn in front of the porch, on stakes.
Well, aren't you going to tell us what it says?
Why not? You're going to love it. It says, Amazing Grace Family Co-op.
Natural vegetables, home repair, and taxi service.
Oh, I love it.
I give up. You've thought of everything. You people do whatever you want. I won't interfere.
Good.
You won't be sorry. Just leave us alone to do our thing, and you will hear the birdies sing.
I'm proud of you, boy.
I'm home. Anybody here?
Everybody's here.
It's Grace. It's about time.
Oh, good. Now we can really get going.
I can hardly wait to see her.